Good morning and welcome to Teal House Farm. It is Sunday afternoon and everybody is sleeping. Even Micah fell asleep. So Sunday afternoons, I try to take care of our older milk from last week. So we have a friend who has some milk cows, and I actually trade piano lessons for fresh milk, which is a great deal. And on Sundays we usually get 2 new gallons, and so if I have any milk left over, which some weeks I do, some weeks I don't, but if I have any milk left over, I'll take the old milk out from earlier the last week and I'll process it into various things. Today we had a lot left because we've been gone a lot this week. We haven't been using as much milk. So today we're making pre-made little yogurt parfaits for the kids. We're making butter. And I'm making one of my favorite steamed milk drinks too, which I'll show you just for fun. First thing, we're gonna make some yogurt parfaits. Not really parfaits, it's yogurt with jam for the kids to be able to get for themselves. Usually when I make yogurt, I just put it in big quart jars and leave it in the fridge. I need the kids to be able to be a little bit more independent, and so I'm gonna pre-make these so when they want a snack, if they want yogurt, they can take one out, it's already pre-mixed. It's basically like the fruit on the bottom yogurt that you buy on the store. It's jam and plain yogurt and you mix it up and you eat it. It's really simple. We've used all different kinds of jams. One of the favorites is our homemade mulberry jam, but today we're going to use some strawberry jam because everyone's getting a little tired of the mulberry. Is it good? Did you have a good nap?
No.
No?
I think it kept following me quiet time.
Oh, okay. Is that why you had to sleep downstairs? We're gonna put these in the fridge and they're there when they need a snack. Second thing we're gonna make is butter in our food processor. Next up, we're going to make cream in the food processor. I've used my KitchenAid mixer before. It takes forever, and I got this food processor a few weeks ago and it works great. We're gonna let it warm up a little bit. Cream that's more like 50 or 60 degrees goes a lot faster to make butter than cream that came right out of the fridge. So this was skimmed off the top of a gallon of milk that was in the fridge, and so that should give us, we'll see, probably pretty close to a pound of butter. I'm gonna take that back. This was skimmed off of 2 gallons of milk in the fridge, and that's why it's going to give us that much. And then I'm making one of my favorite pregnancy and postpartum milk drinks. Lots of iron, and I'll show you it right now while we're waiting for that to warm up. Okay, if you're like me and pregnant, getting enough iron can be an issue and it can be hard to do, and iron supplements are super hard on your stomach, and ones that aren't hard on your stomach are super expensive. So a couple of babies ago, a midwife suggested to me trying this kind of old-fashioned trick, and it's been great. And what we're going to do is we're going to add blackstrap molasses to a cup of warm milk, and that's going to give about, let's see, look at this, 1 tablespoon. Will give us about 20% of our daily iron requirement. And it's actually a pretty tasty drink. I like it in the winter just because, not even when I'm pregnant, but it's a great way to get some extra iron. You know, if you're in your 3rd trimester or if you've just had a baby trying to build that iron back up from delivery. That's not going to be hard on your stomach, super easy to digest, and it's pretty yummy too. And I have a good amount of milk left over, so I'm going to make the kids a real simple vanilla steamer type drink. Just going to use a little bit of vanilla extract, just a little. And just a little scoop of sugar. Perfect. Ta-da! Sundays is also well, Sunday afternoons after church and nap time is tablet day at our house, which both the kids and mommy enjoy. So they're enjoying their steamed milk and some independent playtime on their little Kindle Fires. Do kids actually eat homemade yogurt? Yes, they do. If you're interested in seeing how I make yogurt, please comment below. I can make a video. I've started making it on the stove now. I was making it in the Instapot. You can see a video for that up here. It works pretty well in the Instapot. The problem being the amount of yogurt that we eat or use for cooking in a week. The Instapot just couldn't make enough, so now I make it on the stove so I can make twice as much at one time. It also gives a really thick yogurt, which you saw, like a Greek yogurt consistency without any straining. Really liking making it on the stove. So if you want us to make a video about how we do that, comment below. If there's enough of you interested, we'll get that done for you. Okay, we've let it get just a little bit warm. You don't want it room temperature because then you get really sloggy butter. So basically all we're going to do is we're going to put this on the highest setting it goes. Every food processor is different. Faster it's going, the faster it's going to make butter. It'll make like a whipped cream first, and then you'll see it really start to separate, and I'll show you what that looks like. Let's go. It looks pretty gross, doesn't it? But this is it separating into buttermilk and butter solids. That's what we want. Now we're going to rinse out all the buttermilk and save it for pancakes and squeeze the butter together. Actually, after looking a little more closely and actually touching it, it's really close, so it's not quite ready. I'm going to run it another 30 seconds or so to get it separated a little better, and then we'll be ready to rinse. There. That's much better. It's more firm to the touch. That way it's going to press together really well. So we're going to run it through our strainer here and then rinse it with really cold water. Butter. Ta-da! Buttermilk. Looks good. Alright, now the key is we're going to rinse it. So if you eat butter super fast and you keep it in the fridge, you actually don't really need to rinse it. The rinsing gets rid of the extra buttermilk, which is what makes butter go sour. I'm not making a lot of butter at one time. This is maybe 2 sticks worth, so I got about a half a pound. Got a lot more buttermilk, so the cream must not have been separated enough, but that's okay. So I'm going to just rinse it once to get out the excess, and then I'm just going to wrap it up and put it in the fridge because we'll use this within a couple of days, and the buttermilk is not going to make it go sour that fast. I like to separate it into about 1 stick's worth of balled butter, and then I wrap it in cellophane, put it in the fridge, or you could freeze it. I do this just because little people like to put butter on things, and I use dirty forks and knives, and then you get jam everywhere. So when it's in smaller portions, if it gets really gross, we still have butter that's new. If you wanted to add flavoring, you do it at this stage. You just work it in kind of with your fingers real gently. You could add salt here too. I'm just going to leave this plain. Ta-da! Butter. And then our leftover buttermilk. It's a pint there. We use that to make some pancakes in the morning. And now we get to do all the dishes. But I won't make you watch that. So thanks for watching. That's all I got for you today. We'll talk to you later.